The sun isn't even up yet, but the heat is already waiting in the sand, just under the surface. It's that dry, brittle cold you get in Ovamboland right before the dawn breaks and the sky opens. We're standing around the Casspirs drinking coffee that tastes like diesel and condensed milk. The engines are idling a low, guttural rumble that vibrates through the soles of your boots. That smell is the smell of water me, burnt diesel, gun oil, and the dust that just never settles. My lead tracker, Jonas, is already out front. He's crouching over a patch of soft sand near a waterhole we'd been tipped off about earlier. Jonas is a Vambu, ex-Swapo. He switched sides 2 years ago. He tracks like he can smell a man's fear 3 days gone. He waves me over, not looking up. I walk heavily, the webbing weighs a ton, the R5 rifle slung across my chest. Meneer, he points a calloused finger at the ground. To me it just looks like a disturbance in the dirt. To him it's a biography. 3 of them, pattern boots, moving fast, maybe 4 hours old. 4 hours, I asked, squinting at the horizon. Hatlopala, are they running? Not running, Jonas says, standing up and wiping the dust on his camo pants. Walking hard, they know we're coming. I turn back to the team. Mount up, we've got spoor. The wolf turbos and Casspirs groan as the drivers rev them. We climb up the high sides. The metal is cold now, but in 2 hours it will be hot enough to fry an egg. I take my position in the command vehicle, standing in the hatch, headset on. We are Zulu Alpha. 5 vehicles, 40 men, and the chase is on. Tracking at speed is a violent art. We don't walk these tracks, we drive them. Jonas and 2 other trackers are sitting on the front bumper of my Caspir, legs dangling just inches above the tearing thorns and crushing bush. I'm driving a fast 40, sometimes 50 kilometers per hour, smashing through the Mopani scrub. The trackers interpret the ground at high speed. A broken twig here, a scuffed boot print there, a turned over stone. When they lose it, Jonas raises a hand and we slew to a halt, dust overtaking us in a choking cloud. They jump off, run in wide arcs like hounds casting for scent, find it, point, and jump back on as I slam the gears. The bush is thick here. We're taking a beating in the hatch. Branches whip against the armoured glass and the steel hull. The noise is deafening. The roar of the straight six engines and the snap of timber. They're tired, Jonas shouts over the engine roar, leaning back towards me. They're stopping to rest. See the toe drag? We're closing the gap. The adrenaline starts to trickle in now. A metallic taste in the mouth. I check the 20mm cannon mounted in front of me. The belt is clean. Control, this is Zulu Alpha. I key the mic. We're hot on spoor. Grid 45 Echo. Requesting top cover, over. The radio crackles. Zulu Alpha, this is Ondangwa. Alouettes are airborne. Call sign gunship 30. ETA 10 minutes. 10 minutes. In the bush, that's a lifetime. The heat is blistering now, shimmering off the bonnet. We've been running them down for about 5 hours. The tracks are fresh, minutes old. The insurgents are close, I can feel it. The bush feels tighter, heavier. Suddenly the trackers on the bumper dive off to the sides. That's the signal. Contact, contact, front! The air erupts. Distinctive thwack crack of AK-47 fire snaps over our heads. Sparks fly off the Casspir's hull. I drop into the turret position and swing round the twin 30 calibers. Driver, punch through, punch through! We didn't stop. You never stop in an ambush. You drive straight into the throat of it. The Caspir roars, crushing a small tree as we surge forward. I see muzzle flashes in a thick green scrub off to our left. I open up. The heavy chatter of the machine gun shakes the whole vehicle. Brass castings rain down inside the hull, clinking against the steel floor. My guys in the back are firing their R5s through the gun ports, deafening cacophony of controlled chaos. We break through their line. They've scattered. This is the dangerous part. They're guerrillas. They hit and run. Choppers. Where are those goddamn choppers? I scream into the headset. Zulu Alpha, gunship 30 overhead. Pop smoke, I repeat, pop smoke. I grab a smoke grenade, orange, pull the pin and hurl it out the top. It hisses and spews thick, vibrant orange smoke into the grey green bush. I look up. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. 2 Alouette III helicopters bank sharply out of the sun. They look like angry insects, leaning aggressively into the turn. The lead chopper, the gunship, has a 20mm cannon mounted in the door. The pilot is flying almost sideways, looking straight down at us. Visual on smoke, the pilot's voice is calm, almost bored. Talk me on, Zulu Alpha. Reference smoke, I yelled, scanning the bush. 200 meters north, a thick clump of camel thorn, taking fire from the base of the trees. Chopper pilot replies in his English accent. Copy, tally-ho. The Alouette noses down. The sound of its cannon is a low, tearing brrrt, like canvas ripping. Dust fountains erupt around the camouflage trees. The chopper banks hard, pulling G's, coming around for another pass. The insurgents break cover. They know they can't hide from the eye in the sky. They try to run, zigzagging through the scrub. "Runner! 3 o'clock," my driver shouts. I swing the Casspir round, we're cutting off the escape. This is the hammer and anvil. We are the anvil. The Alouette is the hammer. The second chopper, the troop ship, which was a Puma that joined the formation, hovers slightly back, ready to drop a reaction force if we get bogged down, but we're moving freely. The dust is everywhere. It's a confusion of noise, you know, the whop 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 of the rotors, the roar of the diesels, the staccato of small arms fires. Then silence. Sudden, ringing silence. The Alouettes are circling high now, vultures waiting to see if the prey is dead. We dismount. The dust hangs in the air, glowing in the midday sun. My ears are ringing. Jonas is already moving through the kill zone. He moves differently now though, slow, cautious. He checks the bodies. "Clear," he shouts. I walk over, the adrenaline is fading, leaving me with shaking hands and a thirst that feels like I've swallowed sand. We found them, 3 of them. They were young, hardened, wearing the mismatched uniforms of plan fighters. Their kits are scattered, magazines, a water bottle, a photo of a girl in a beret. Pilot's voice comes over the radio again. "Zulu Alpha, gunship. Good effect on target. Do you require a Casspirs?" I look around at my guys. One of the constables has a graze on his forearm from a ricochet, but he's grinning, lighting a cigarette. "Negative, gunship. We're green. Thanks for the assist." "Roger. Returning to base. Happy hunting, Koevoet." The choppers peel away, the sound of their rotors fading into the vast empty blue. We're alone again in the silence of the bush. I lean against the hot steel of the Casspir and wipe the sweat and grime from my face. We have to sweep the area, collect the weapons and document the scene, and then we have to get back. Jonas walks past me, cracking a rare smile. "We caught them, Mynheer, but they made us run." Yeah, I spit the dust out of my mouth. They did make us run. I climb back up the side of the Casspir. The engine is still idling, that deep, rhythmic heartbeat of the machine. The sun is directly overhead now. There are no shadows left, just the heat and the wait for tomorrow.